again today. So I'm just going to read this chapter real quick from this book. And I'm going to tell you the name of the book after I'm done reading the chapter because I bet you won't. You'll be surprised because this is a very funny. The first time I read this, I was in tears laughing. I just thought it was very funny. I don't even remember why read this book, but I did. It's not the type of book I would read, that's for damn sure. But I read this chapter and then I bought the book because of the specific chapter. I bought it used. Normally it says $24. I would never pay. I don't have $24. I'm not a man who has $24. It's just not in the cards for me financially, ever. So it's something about. Here we go, page 197. It's nearly. It's more notification. At some point, I gotta work on schoolwork. I just gotta do what I gotta do. How many pages is this? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. No, it's fine. Okay. Let's just read this little chapter and then we'll be done for today. So they might actually say the author's name in here, but it's fine. I mean, it's not really supposed to be a surprise. I just want it. Whatever. I'm just gonna start reading. So the chapter's entitled "If You Can't Beat 'Em," but it's spelled B-E-E-T, like the root vegetable. Stains your hands. The redness. You can use it to dye clothes and bed sheets. I did that because my head hurts, not because that's just a thing I do in my head. I should eat and drink water. I'm gonna finish off this glass of black tea. Watch this. Delicious. Here we go. Here, wait, let me. I'm sure this sounds great on the microphone, me scooting in my chair. Oh, there, I just kicked the trash can. I gotta work on the sensitivity on this, huh? Yeah. Again, I'm looking at the. I'm never gonna be a professional streamer. Oh, 1 hour. We're gonna go over an hour just because I don't want to stiff you beautiful people of the time that I was in the bathroom and taking phone calls. Again, just not even trying to look at the camera at this point. Anyway, I'm passionate about the Cheesecake Factory. So much so that I once threatened a man's life at one. But before you just assume I'm some type of middle American mall dining lunatic, let me explain. The cheesecake, Jesus Christ, part of it's the posture of the chair. Okay. The Cheesecake Factory is just one of those places where dreams come true. Free bread at the start of the meal, sides of spicy mayo handily available, unlimited refills on Diet Cokes that were already the size of my head. I guess I've always considered it to be some type of earthly heaven. I took some ad-libbing on the line. It says, I guess I've always considered it to be some type of earthly heaven. I'm sorry. It's where I celebrated the night I won two. This line isn't funny, but it's just funny. It's fine. The night I won 2 Teen Choice Awards in 2014, and where I took my mom out to dinner immediately after we were on the Ellen Show in 2015. It's sacred. When I grew up in mid-Michigan, the closest Cheesecake Factory was a 4-hour drive away, and I always perceived it as a fancy restaurant, like California Pizza Kitchen or Olive Garden. Clearly, I'm a foodie. And my order it's kind of hard because the microphone's like right where I want the book. It's fine. My order at the Cheesecake Factory is simple. I always order the Skinny-licious Veggie Burger. It's a patty consisting these pages are very thick, by the way. They're like laminated. That's why this book's so much fucking money. These are like thick pages. Like here, listen to this. This is ASMR. You can really see my double chin when I'm at this angle. This is one page between my fingers. It's got some heft to it. Of a delicious blend of lentils, grains, and beets, topped with onions, tomatoes, cheese, avocado, and spicy mayo. It's freaking delicious. Pardon my language. It's so freaking delicious. I always suggest it to newcomers to the establishment. It's compatible with almost all dietary restrictions, yet still edgy and fun, with a kick of beets that will make your shit a deep red the entire next day. What's not to love? Now, don't get me wrong. I appreciate a restaurant that takes the time to create an entirely separate menu dedicated to healthy options. But if I had to make one complaint about the Cheesecake Factory, it would be the name they chose for this menu. If I didn't already have a complete lack of shame, I'd have a tough time as a grown man saying out loud to another adult that I'd take the skinny-licious version of anything. Luckily, the waiters of the Cheesecake Factory have to wear an entirely white outfit from head to toe, even out of season. We each have something to be ashamed of, to which we can ta- tacitly agree to turn a blind eye. I know words. I can read. Sure. Okay. I'm a man of routine. I enjoy the finer things in life, repeated over and over until I've grown disgusted by them. On the scale of delightfully just discovered to absolutely sick of it, I was somewhere. I'm gonna get yelled at. I just thought I'm. It's yeah. No, I'm probably. Yeah. No, it's. And I didn't do anything well, or I just wanted to. I was trying to do a nice thing. Like I was trying to do a thing. It's fine. It's a personal. Back to the book. I'm a man of routine. I enjoy the finer things in life, repeated over and over until I've grown disgusted by them. On the scale of delightfully just discovered to absolutely sick of it, I was rereading some parts I didn't need to. I was somewhere around always needing the skinny-licious veggie burger. Now, I'm by no means a vegetarian. Lord knows I deep fry any animal and dip it in ranch dressing with absolutely zero hesitation or regrets. Now that I'm thinking about it, that sounds like a YouTube challenge. Stay tuned. So yeah, that skinny-licious burger. ... I love it on its own. Parentheses. Coincidentally vegetarian, end parentheses, merits. Sometime around mid-January in 2014, I was dining at the Cheesecake Factory in the Grove Outdoor Shopping Mall in West Hollywood, Los Angeles. Sure. I was joined by my friend Corey and his mom and brother, neither of whom I'd before had the pleasure of sharing a meal with. In an attempt to impress them with both... Okay, there's also the reflection in my eyes, because of the... Okay. Might be losing it. I hope I don't die on stream. That would suck. I got this. My eyes can... okay. Oh, no, I can't. No, we got... Oh, Jesus. I was thinking about these goddamn laminated pages. We're fine. I was joined by my friend Corey and his mom and brother. Neither... Nope, I read that. Okay, in an attempt to impress them with both my pseudo-health conscious and exotic tastes, I passionately recommended the skinny-licious veggie burger to Corey's brother. I couldn't say enough good things about it, and I told him how he would die for the beets in it. Like any level-headed humans, he was sold, and he ordered his own. 2 skinny-licious veggie burgers coming our way. I felt like a missionary bringing the good news to pagans. How could anyone be deprived of such glory? With so much beauty in this burger, it felt impossible that people could live their entire lives without knowing how blessed we are to be living contemporaneously with its wide ready availability. I don't know if I can be a writer professionally. That took me a second because I was like, comparatively. No, that's not even the word I was gonna say. It's shit. What's the time one? Competent. Not competent. No, it's like when you're in the. I'm losing my mind. What's the word? Contemporary. Contemporarily is the word I was thinking of. Contemporarily. That was it. Okay, that's okay. After a couple rounds of the free bread, our meals arrived. This looks different, I thought. And upon the first bite, I immediately realized what was wrong. No beets? I hadn't realized that the Cheesecake Factory had another veggie burger. And Corey's brother's burger had the same defect. What happened to our beets? I had promised him an alarmingly red bowel movement coming the next day, and here I was, disappointing my guest. I was devastated. I'm not one to ever send a meal back to the kitchen. Not because I feel that it's rude, but because I've worked in food service with terrible human beings. I've seen teenage food preparers do unspeakable things to food for absolutely no reason, much less a merely flimsy one. I'm not saying bad things would necessarily have happened had I sent back my skinny-licious veggie burger. But I always like to play it safe. Is this chapter almost over? Oh, this is longer than I thought it'd be. Okay, we're gonna be here for... Okay, I'm gonna speed things up. because this is taking me. It's already. Oh, geez. Okay. Disappointed. I went home and had a completely unmemorable shit the next day. Save your pity for now. It gets worse. Fast forward a week, I was with a few of my YouTube friends at my apartment playing bartender and making drinks. We couldn't decide what to do. It was Friday night, and everyone had a different notion of what an ideal night might look like. As a natural leader, it struck me how I could appease the masses. Let's do tonight right. I looked at my boys with a smirk, knowing my next two words would elicit the most passionate consensus democracy had ever seen. Cheesecake Factory. I must have had one too many whiskey sours because I had completely forgotten the debacle of just 1 week prior. We hopped in a cab and headed down the street, with growling stomachs and dreams of outrageous portions, plus unlimited carbs and carbonation. After perusing the absurd 40-page menu, I decided to stick with my go-to choice, the Skinny-licious Veggie Burger. As the waiter went around the booth taking our orders one by one, I flashed back to the traumatic memory of what had happened last time. A beetless burger. This would not be happening again. So help me God. I asked the waiter tentatively, "So, the Skinny-licious Veggie Burger. It says in the menu that it has beets in it. But last time... Oh yeah, they changed that like 2 weeks ago. It doesn't have beets anymore." You know when someone tells a character in a movie or a TV show the most traumatic news and the camera starts to slowly tilt and lose focus, the messenger's voice starts to soften and echo, and the recipient of the news stares off in the distance contemplating how life will never be the same? For me, this was that moment. I snapped back into reality. Fine, I'll take that and a side of ranch. I just got a Snapchat. If this is Pearson, it's not Pearson. Okay, I was going to say. So, if I was going to be enduring a beetless burger, I'd at least drown my sorrows the only way I knew how. 20 minutes later, I was completely sobered up, and there it was, a pale brown Skinny-licious Veggie Burger, looking up at me as if to say, everything has changed. I ate half, and I couldn't bring myself to take home the leftovers, which had never before happened to me in my quarter century of life. Now I know what you're thinking. Tyler, you should know who wrote this fucking book by now. It's not... Now I know what you're thinking. Now I know you're thinking, Tyler, there are worse things in the world. There are people who don't even have burgers. I get that, and I validate their troubles. But let me be insane for a couple more pages, okay? The next incident was mid-February, a full month after the initial menu change. I was checking into my hotel on a 5-day trip to Hawaii. I was accompanied by a bunch of YouTube friends who, while driving from the airport to the hotel, exclaimed in I'm losing the ability to talk. Exclaimed in complete astonishment, "Look, they have a Starbucks here! Oh my God!" Oh, sorry, a Starbucks here too. "Oh my God, McDonald's!" All of us had completely forgot that we hadn't actually left the country. I guess it was our concept of the islands being isolated that also gave me the hope that maybe, just maybe, the Hawaiian Cheesecake Factory might be outdated in the best way possible. There was only one way to find out. After a long day at Waikiki Beach on the coast of Oahu, we decided to return to the soft touch of a familiar friend, and we asked for a booth for 4 at the nearest Cheesecake Factory. While scanning the menu, I recounted to my friends my previous month of disappointments. I decided to ask the waiter if Oahu's Skinny-licious Veggie Burger might, just might, still be made the old way. Beets and all, in full Oh, God. Oh, boy. It didn't actually hurt that. It's like I can feel like my jaw is like... Oh. I'm gonna get through this, even if it kills me. It won't be worth it, but I'm gonna... So how much... we're almost done. Just... Okay. Okay, here we go. In full confidence, our waiter assured me that it was still the same old Skinny-licious Veggie Burger, made completely as stated in the menu. Beets and all. I wanted it. I needed it. I ordered it. And I decided, fuck, it's been a month of disappointment. I'm not even going to get it Skinny-licious. Add cheese. Let's get crazy. Beets are the perfect reason to throw my Skinny-licious side right out the window. In fact, give me an order of deep-fried macaroni and cheese balls for the whole table. Let's get fucking nuts. When my friends ignore potential partners' negative qualities because of how hot they are, I described them as blinded by beauty. In the same way, I was blinded by the beets. I didn't give any fucks. I was ready. As time went on, my lust for the beets grew, and my doubts about their availability began to take root. It's funny because it's a root vegetable. I don't know if that was intentional on his part. What if the waiter didn't know about the change? It's the exact same menu, and it's a chain restaurant. And I mean, we are still in America, technically. This might not end well. No, don't be silly. I'd asked the waiter. He confirmed the beets would come. It's as simple as that. I need to trust him. Our waiter gets me. He knows how important this is to me. How important it is, period. Then the food started to arrive one by one. My friends received their plates of outrageous portions until I was the last one without any food. My eyes shifted from plate to plate. My thoughts began to race. This is it. This is the moment he comes over and tells me there's been a mistake. No, 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 it's coming, it's coming, it must be coming. I swear to God, if my burger doesn't have any beets in it, I began right as our waiter rounded the corner empty handed. Our eyes met, and I knew. Last time, my body involuntarily resorted to shock. This time, something different happened. So I just checked with the kitchen, and boom. You know the urban legend about the mom who gets in a car accident and her baby is stuck underneath the car, and in this urgent situation, her body gives her enough adrenaline to lift the car and save the baby. And afterwards, she comes to and realizes she blacked out and doesn't recall anything that happened. That was me at the Cheesecake Factory that day. I blacked out in a rage fueled by absent beats. As the waiter scurried back to the kitchen, I began to regain my senses. My friends gawked at me, and I began to laugh nervously. Wait, what did I just say to him? Did I make a fool of myself? Was I an asshole? Like more than usual? They recounted everything that had happened just 2 minutes earlier, and I was appalled. Apparently, in a fit I couldn't control, I had slammed my fist on the table, sneering as those words came out of my mouth. I will fucking kill someone. I wasn't loud enough to be heard by any other tables, but I was loud enough to definitely get me escorted out if I weren't a 5'5" platinum blonde twink in a tank top. Fine, bring me the normal veggie burger. That's fine. I don't fucking care. I had been blinded by the beats. I had threatened to kill someone over a skinny-licious veggie burger. If I hadn't had my T-Mobile incident back in high school, this would have been my official all-time low. I'm not going to read the T-Mobile incident thing. We're so close to being done, I promise. When our waiter... No one's watching this. I apologize. Oh, the archive. Who cares? When our waiter... But you would know when it's done, because that's the way the archive works. You can see when it's fine. When our waiter returned, he was accompanied by the manager, and I knew this to be the most shameful moment of my life. I'd be escorted out the Cheesecake Factory while on vacation in Hawaii for threatening to end the life of a man in an all-white outfit and non-slip white shoes. I deserved it. I'd crossed a boundary, and that simply doesn't fly at a classy restaurant such as the Cheesecake Factory. I looked at my friends with an expression that communicated my apologies for being the source of their embarrassment. And then I looked up at the employees who would now be putting me in my place. About the beat situation. Oh, great. Now this has become a situation. Our waiter totally went back and told everyone he had a situation on their hands, and it's me. I'm the situation. He's going to go home today and get on Skype and talk to his girlfriend who he's in a long-distance relationship with and complain to her about me, and she'd tell him not to let it bother him because I'm just a low-life, shitty person who doesn't care about anyone but himself, and also she... Okay. And also she thinks they should start seeing other people. I was sure of it. I got a text, sorry. My head dropped. My hands were clasped over the table to ensure no more slamming fists, and just as I was ready to be taken away to my unfortunate fate, the manager surprised me. We are very sorry. Because of the mix-up, we're going to give you your meal free. Who is this man? Why is he forgiving me my sins? What did I do to deserve a second chance? In the words of our good friend Jesus Christ, homeboy got slapped and turned the other cheek. Side note, I am unfamiliar with the Bible, but I'm assuming it was Jesus who said that? God, I'm a fucking dick. That's all I could think. It was a simple misunderstanding, yet somehow I forgot that the waiter just made an honest mistake. He didn't mean to deprive me of my beats. As someone who had been on the other side of the service counter, how could I be so blind to the situation and treat him like that? Well, if you ever had the original version of the skinny-licious veggie burger, you'd understand. But still, I apologized profusely to the waiter for the fit I threw, and he assured me that it was okay. As if the free meal weren't enough, he told me I could have my choice of free cheesecake. In my shame, it tasted like ashes. But that didn't stop me from finishing it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was chapter... I don't know if they have numbers, actually. If you can't beat them by the book, Binge by Tyler, his middle name Oakley. And I bought the book for $5 just for that chapter. And normally I laugh a lot more reading it, but I've gotten kind of used to it because I've read it a couple bunch of 40 different people who liked it. One of my friends was just so nonplussed. Me and my other friend were like, "Oh, this is hilarious," but also because my head hurts and I'm working on the delivery, and I think I did pretty good on the delivery on some of those lines. Like some of them, I thought really had some passion to them. But I desperately need food and water.